Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. So today we're going to be going on a tour for Mauritius. So let's get started. So let's talk a little bit about the geography of Mauritius. Mauritius is an independent island country in Africa. So the Republic of Mauritius is part of the Madagascar Island, a group of islands created by volcanic activity in the Indian Ocean. So thousand of years ago, Mauritius was created by a volcano that is underwater, and it's still underwater. But of course, it's very rare that like it will erupt, because if it will, then there won't be any Mauritius anymore. So basically, they say that the volcano is asleep. But Mauritius is located in the Indian Ocean, and is a beautiful place, and I recommend to visit it. Mauritius is suited near the Tropic of Capricorn at 20 degrees south latitude and 57 degrees east longitude. Okay. Um, the island is only about 12 million years old and started to emerge from water about 8 million years ago. There is no more volcanic activity today. The volcanic soil can be seen in the uniquely multicultural soils at Chamarel. So Chamarel is a place in Mauritius, which we will be talking about in a few later slides. Okay, so a little bit about history of Mauritius. Mauritius was long uninhabited, so it was habited to dodo birds. For those of you who don't know what dodo birds are, they were flying-less birds, and so they were originated in Mauritius actually, and so when when Arab pirates, you could say, came over to Mauritius, they ate all of them, and we do not have any dodos left. Um, it was visited by the Portuguese in the early 16th century, but they did not settle the island. So Mauritius was mostly an island where people would come in boats, pirates would come, and they would just like land there and eat and just rest there, and then go back on their travel. So they would go back to travel. So it was just like a little pause in the between, and then that's what they kept doing. So they just came, pause, took a rest, and then went back on their trip. The Dutch took possession of it from 1598 to 1710, called it Mauritius for the Hunter. Maurice of Nassau and attempted to settle the island in 1638 and 59, and again in 1664 till 1710, abandoning their attempts. They left it to pirates. So yeah. In 1721, the French East Indian Company occupied Mauritius, which was renamed l'Île de France. So basically, the island of France. That's what they named it in English. Settlement processed slowly over the next 40 years. In 1767, the French crown took over the island's administration from the French East India Company. Sorry. The French authorities brought American slaves to the island and established sugar planting as the main industry, and the colony prospered. So not did they just bring African slave, they also brought many different type of slaves from different countries like India, um, Pakistan. There was different slaves that came to work in Mauritius, and they basically lied to them, saying that they would give them that in Mauritius there is gold, and you could come there and you will get but that wasn't true. In fact, they brought the slaves there so they could work, and so that's why now in Mauritius we have multicultural community, because those slaves they were ancestors of Mauritius, and so I'm Mauritian. I was born in Mauritius, and my ancestors are so they're Hindu. So we're Indians, but like it's kind of hard to explain because yeah, it's that's basically what Mauritius is. At the beginning of the 19th century, when England and France were at war, uh, privateers based on l'Île de France were continual threat to British and Indian marchand vessels. So there was fight between the English and French, and so that's why today in Mauritius we speak both languages. It's French and English, but the main language of Mauritius is French. It is English because the English won. So basically, the British one against the French, but we are taught both. So we're taught English and French, and yeah, but we mostly speak French as our language. Um, yeah. So now let's talk a little bit about Mauritius culture. Mauritius is multicultural island. Due to the slavery, many people from different countries were brought to Mauritius. Now there are many different ethnicities and religion, including Hindu Mauritians, which is I'm a Hindu Mauritian, Muslim Mauritians, Chinese Mauritians, African Mauritians, and European Mauritians. There are also many more ethnicities. The primary language is Mauritius Creole. So Creole is a language. It's a blend between two languages. It's mostly French, like it sounds like French. I speak Creole. There's a lot of word that sounds like French, but yeah, it's kind of hard to explain because no one really hears about Creole, like Mauritian Creole. So, but it's basically French, kind of. Okay, so now we're going to talk about languages. So there's many different type of languages in Mauritius, like Bhojpuri, which is a language that mostly Indians, more like Hindu Mauritians speak. My grandmother, she speaks Bhojpuri. She's from a village from Mauritius that speaks Bhojpuri only, so she speaks Bhojpuri, but she also speaks Creole. We have Urdu people that speaks Urdu, Tamil. My dad is Tamil, so we don't speak Tamil, but his ancestors were Telugu, English, French, Chinese, and many more different languages. So the weather. So summertime usually starts around mid-November and ends by the end of April. So right now in Mauritius, it's really hot right now. So they're having a summer holiday basically. So it's pretty warm there right now. The average summer temperature is about 24.7 degrees, which is 76.46 Fahrenheit. Winter starts from mid-May and ends by October. The average winter temperature is about 20.4 degrees, which is not a lot, but it's still cold for us Mauritians there. And it will be 68.72 Fahrenheit. Food. So there's, as I'm saying, it's a multicultural country. So there are foods like we eat all type of food. People because it's a multicultural country and we grow in this culture together. So the main foods are here, and I'll be talking about them. So dal puri is basically like roti, if you guys know what that is. Um, but it's just like bread, you could say it's kind of bread, and there's fillings in it, there's stuff inside of it. So seven curries is mostly presented with when it's like people when it's a religious dish, but everyone eats it, it's delicious, you should try it if you go. um Fried rice and noodles, so that is one of the most popular dishes in Mauritius. If you go in restaurants, you will find that every restaurant sells like fried rice or fried noodles. And then next we have gato pima. Gato pima is everywhere around Mauritius, so like you could go to the beach and you would see like someone selling gato pima on the streets, and it's really tasty. And finally, biryani. Everyone loves biryani in Mauritius. It's mostly a Pakistani dish, but we all love it, and we that's it's delicious. So now we're going to talk a little bit about events and holidays. So events and holidays are there aren't really a lot of events in Mauritius. There's mostly holidays and festivals that are celebrated by everyone. So Hindus celebrate Diwali, and every year it's a big celebration in Mauritius where there's fireworks and all sort of kind of things there. We have Christmas, of course. Right now it's Christmas right there, and it's beautiful with the decoration and stuff. Kavadi is another religious event that takes place in January. So we are getting ready for that, and we have the Chinese Spring Festival. So that is also really fun. Eid, which is celebrated by Pakistanis, or we could say Muslims, Mauritian, um, Independence Day of Mauritius. That is a day where we all just don't go to work and we just celebrate for our country. Now we're going to talk about our main attractions. So this is the first photo that I wanted to share with you all, and that is the underwater waterfall. So this right here is the waterfall, and I think they do like have a helicopter or some kind of flying device that goes up there, and like you could go see and like see the waterfall. It's really pretty. That's what I want to do when when I go to Mauritius next. It's one of my wish lists to go visit. So if you go to Mauritius, please go visit the underwater waterfall. It's beautiful. Next, we have sugar beaches. So if you're feeling tired or just want to relax, sugar beaches are perfect. The ocean is right there. You have the hotels together. You have the amazing restaurants, and you could even do your spa. So like if you like spas and stuff, you could go and do your little spa, and just enjoy life there. You'll forget about everything and you just want to stay there. So next we have Le Barachois, which is a restaurant in Mauritius. So those restaurants are floating restaurants. As you could see, they are floating on water. Not exactly floating, they're under, like they're constructed like they're sealed underwater, but they look like they're floating restaurants, and you could have your meal there, and just enjoy the beautiful sunset with your family or whoever you're going with. So this is what I mentioned before. Charamel is the seven colored herb. So this is part of the volcano. They say it's related to the volcano, and this is also my next wish list to go visit. And I recommend to go visit that too. You could go hiking there. There's as you could see, surrounded by trees, and you could go hiking and just enjoy the view. Now we have Black River George National Park. This is also a hiking area, and it also has a river. So you could go visit the river, and it's a mountain. So you could see here, this is the mountain, and just enjoy the view. This is also, this is actually two of Shells, which is a volcano. This is the volcano right here. It does not erupt. Um, so you're totally safe if you go there. You will be able to enjoy the view and just watch the volcano that does not erupt. So yeah, that too is another hiking area you could go and hike. Now, Tamarin Waterfall is a hiking area as well. This is also a hiking area, and um, just it's not like Niagara Falls, but it's just you go there and relax and just enjoy the view too. And this is not a hiking area. This is actually a waterfall, which is called Rojete Falls, which is a waterfall where you could go swim actually. So people go there to swim and have fun. So you could go there and have an amazing time, like do a little picnic or whatever, and then like go in the waterfall. It's pretty fun. La Ville Crocodile Park is a park where crocodile lives. So if you're a reptile person and you love reptiles, like there aren't only like crocodiles. Um, there are snakes. There's just reptiles there. Um, I don't really like reptiles, but you could go there and you could go enjoy your time seeing the crocodiles. Orica House has more than 135 windows and doors. It's one of the oldest house in Mauritius, and you could go there and visit inside and see how life used to be in Mauritius. So they actually turned it into a museum now. So you could go there and have a fabulous day. They also do cook meals there, so you could have your little meal there. There are tradition Mauritius food there, so you could go taste the Mauritius dishes that you like. Now let's talk a little bit about the seas, like oceans. So Belle Marie Plage is a beautiful ocean. As you could see, like it's beautiful. The water is amazing. Uh, Go there and like in the morning, which is the best time. The morning time is the best, and you could just go swim there. You also have restaurants and little bars, so you could enjoy your time. You could also go on a cruise, not a cruise, like a small cruise, you could say, like boats, and just visit around the ocean. And fun fact, so it was discovered by Arab and Malay sailors. Um, we already talked about that. Mauritius was the only known habitat of the dodo bird. The country of Mauritius, the country of Mauritius is more than one island. So we do have other islands around, like Reunion Island. They're similar. We have little islands that float around Mauritius, which is also another attraction to tourists. It's a highly rated beach and honeymoon destination. So if you want to go there because of the beach and you love swimming, I recommend Mauritius. And yeah, that's it for our virtual tour today. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me.